Hey, food friends, and welcome to the Food Founders Podcast. Whether you're looking to get on your very first store shelf or you're looking to grow your national or even international food brand, this podcast is going to teach you what it really takes to launch, grow, and scale a packaged food brand. Hear the food founder journeys of brands growing in their industry so you can fast track your food business success. I'm your host, Ainsley, and this is the Food Founders Podcast. All right. Hey, everyone. I am here with Stephen Williams from TranzLabs. Stephen, welcome to the Food Founders Podcast.
Thank you for having me, Ainsley. Appreciate it.
Stephen, I know a bit about you and a bit about the company, but for everyone listening, can you introduce yourself and talk to us about what your business is and who exactly you are for?
So my name is Stephen Williams. I own TranzFuse, TranzLabs, rapid recovery supplementation. It's for the mind and body and for people who push themselves to the limits and want to get the most out of their work or their sport. Right now, we currently have 3 different flavors: Tropical Bliss, Blue Raspberry, and Watermelon Lime. The reason why I started the company is because I used to work for the bodybuilding industry, and I've seen a lot of brands are very me too. It's all like, okay, well, if that brand has this product, let's create another one just like it. I wanted to do something that was more for the mass market and something that is more appealing to the everyday person. So a product like TranzFuse it's the best way to compare it is like and I don't know if I'm not allowed to say the brand, so I'm just gonna say the generic names. PD, it's like your it's like your sports drink, your immune booster, your coconut water, and your electrolyte beverage all combined into one. That's what TranzFuse is. And people from all walks of life like to use it. People who attend music festivals, people who are in extreme sports, or just the person who wants to feel better in their normal life.
Very cool. So this is like the one drink shop for all your hydration recovery type needs.
Absolutely. Whenever you're feeling down or you're feeling dehydrated or you're feeling like a cold or flu coming on, you take this product and help you alleviate the symptoms.
Got it. And why like a beverage in this? Like why TranzFuse as it is? I mean, I know you come from that industry. It could have been a protein powder. You could have worked on a supplement. You could have worked on a food. Why the beverage as it is today?
I feel that not every single person has the same lifestyle as a bodybuilder. I live that lifestyle. I understand that you're going to carry this big hunky bag with you with all these different tubs with you. That's not functional for the everyday person. Having on-the-go recovery is number one, which is why we have individual packets of this. You never know when it's going to happen. You never know what life will bring to you. If you have to do a quick meeting downtown, or you have to drive somewhere else, or you have to be on point at all times. So at least you have one of these in your pocket or in your car or in your purse or your knapsack. And the functionality is the most important thing for me. Having a product there is, once again, like a Me Too product. It's just going to be another speck in the whole loud noise of the CPG industry. So I want to make sure that something's on the go and is effective and based off of the efficacious dosages.
And I love the fact that you have these individual packets. It's so easy. I've definitely carried around some in my purse and it's really convenient. So I think it's a great way to make sure that, people always have this no matter what situation they end up in. They kind of have this little recovery friend right there with them no matter where they are.
Absolutely. A lot of people like to use it just for a low calorie. We actually released a video commercial where basically we put all the whole foods in front of them on the table, and we asked people, how many of you actually eat the food in front of you? And most of the people, they can't consume all the vegetables, fruits, and minerals that's in front of them. And we told them, everything in front of you in micronutrient and vitamin and mineral value is equivalent to one of these packets. And they're just blown away. Now, the one thing we like to say is nothing beats real food, but there's also convenience and efficiency when it comes to taking down. So a better alternative when you're on the go is one of these packets. And who has time to eat a whole basket or 21 oranges just for vitamin C?
Right. Absolutely. It's like the real food, number one always, but there's also the practicality of it's just not possible to eat all of that you can get the same vitamin density as like one of these packets. You're not going to get that. And there's the reality that we're super, super busy and trying to do a million things at once. So we need solutions that meet those lifestyles. Can you talk to me about one of the big wins? I call them big wins, something that has happened in the company in the last, little while since you've been around, that has, helped you see that things are making progress, that, you felt really great about this type of achievement that you've had in the business. And then second to that, who did you think you had to be to really get that big win within your business?
So there's multiple wins per se. I think one that's for bragging rights would be a very popular, I'm not gonna say names, but a very popular obstacle course race brand was evaluating our products, and they realized that we had a great product that was perfect for people in obstacle course races because they're in the muds, they're exposed to the environment, they're around a lot of other people, and they're dehydrating themselves. They denied a very, very big sports brand, sports drink brand, and they saw that there was only sugars and there was no real beneficial value for the individuals. So they approved us. Their health committee actually approved our product, and they wanted us to be selling at all of their national events. And I feel that is the most successful win in my eyes in regards to going up against big dogs, big competitors. In regards to personal and a target market, paintball community, they've shown me so much love in the past year. People don't realize that paintball actually has a franchise team. It's called the NXL, and it's like the NFL, NHL, NBA of paintball. So everything is structured and organized, and they travel around the world to play. And I don't want to say that we're there yet, but I think we are going to be one of the major brands that are supporting the paintball community. And they see the value in there, and we've been approached by many of the professional teams to sponsor them. So I think in regards to the recent wins, that is the biggest win for us right now. In regards to leading leading up to that win for the paintball community, I had a personal friend that I was sponsoring from the previous company I was working for, the professional paintball player, and he's an influencer. His name's Ronnie Dizon. What's up, Ronnie? If you see this, he got me connected with the event coordinators, and last November we actually hosted our booth at the World Cup, NXL World Cup, hosted in Orlando. And you know what? It was a leap of faith. I didn't have any analytics. I didn't have any stats on it, but I understood that the functionality was perfect for those players. And I went in, I committed to it. I was scared since all the way up to the moment we opened up our booth. I was scared. But just seeing the people walk by and just being a salesman or just being an entertainer and just a happy-go-lucky guy like myself, I was talking to people, engaging with them, calling them out, saying, "Hey, you're drinking that formula that's made for babies." I'm not saying which company, but you know what I'm saying. That company there is with sugar. That company over there, it's underdosed and it doesn't give you the right nutrients that you need. You need this TranzFuse. And some of these guys are kind of macho-ish, and they're kind of like, okay, no, I'm not a baby. Let me try this. As soon as they tried it, they loved it, and they're sold ever since then. And the number one thing I learned is no matter how much marketing you do, sometimes you have to be there on the spot and people have to try the product. That is the one thing that I took away from it. You have to try the product and you have to see the functionality in order for you to be a loyal customer. And ever since then, it's been a snowball effect. So we're going to be, hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to be the number one brand supporting the extreme sports and paintball community.
Cool. That's great. And I love what you just shared there about there's two pieces. Number one, you know that you needed to get people to try it, and you weren't passive about it. Sometimes we go to grocery stores and we see people sampling, or you go to events and you see people sampling and they're not enthusiastic. And selling is really just a transfer of enthusiasm. So I know you, so I can imagine that you would be like, hey, like calling people out, bringing them over, and you're enthusiastic about the product, and then other people want to come and try that. So I think that's really fantastic and a great lesson for everyone listening about how to transfer that enthusiasm when it comes to selling your product. If you're going to be at an event, be at the event. Don't just physically stand there, but like be there. And then the second piece that you said that really stood out to me was just that you need to get people to try it. Absolutely. This is, it's the food industry. People need to try it to believe in it. So glad that you're out there doing all that. Amazing to hear that you have this niche following that is coming to you, recognizing you, and you're owning that space. That's huge.
Absolutely, absolutely. And following up with what you're saying, like there's times where I just feel drained out. I feel, I don't have the energy. But in the end, no, if you don't believe in your own brand, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else is going to see that. And you project the energy, you project the confidence in yourself as well as in your products. So even though you feel like, yeah, you still have to put on the face and you still have to be out there engaging with every single person down to the last customer.
Absolutely. Because, yeah, if you can't do it when you're there, they're like, are you really even that into it? Even if you're hiring staff, they need to always be into it. So important. The one other piece I want to touch on is that I love that you called out the competitors right then and there. I am a big believer that you need to make an enemy of the other products out there. And I know that might be extreme for some people, but I do think that you need to call it out because people need to have some sort of comparison and you want them to love or hate you. So if you can call them out against a competitor, call your product out against a competitor, you're making a stake in the ground. And that's really bold. And again, that comes back to you believing in your brand and being passionate about it and showing up fully when you're with it.
No, I was saying initially, I wanted to be the brand where it's like, we don't want to attack anyone. We want to be, wholesome. We wanted to make sure that, we were just confident in ourselves, but it wasn't sticking. People weren't getting it. And it was only until I started creating the comparison charts and people were they're putting two and two together, understanding the relatability. This is made for these type of demographics, but I'm not that. This product is better for me than what I'm thinking right now. So yeah, exactly what you said, and exactly everything you said is exactly what happened with me. And yeah, you have to take stabs um, every so often as competitors.
And you just get comfortable with it, and it's true. When you start doing it, when you're not really sure if you want to, we want to be like, just go on a product, but how do you connect with people, what they're already thinking? And you've done that and it's worked for you. So let that be an example for other people watching and listening that, doing it does pay off. Middle of the road is middle of the road. It's not taking a stand for anything. So, all right, on the flip side, what is a challenge that you're working on in your business right now?
Right now, I would have to say the industry, and I'm targeting multiple markets: the hydration market, the immune boosting market, as well as a new category called nootropics. So I'm kind of taking on three main industries at the same time. And you are, as a startup, you have to hyper focus on the things that are working for your brand. And I understand that I want to jump in there. I want to start taking on these guys, but I need to start growing from one spot first, like in a niche market such as the paintball community. I know that this product it will and should be in every single supermarket, grocery store, gas station. But I just have to understand that I have to take a step back, slowly grow the brand, and once I'm ready, I can expand out to the different markets. especially when it comes to marketing, social media ads, like you're spending money to do A/B testing, you're doing research, and you're trying to see whether your product is sticky enough within specific demographics you're targeting. Um, but that all comes back down to money, and we have to make sure that we're spending the right money in the right direction. So for me, it's kind of like just staying calm and understanding, letting the process take its toll, and yeah, not throwing money in all different directions.
That's fair. No one has quite discovered the money tree yet. So you got to make your money work hard. And you have to, make sure that it's coming back into your business so it can continue to grow, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So what advice would you have for anyone starting out? Remind me, how long have you been working in this?
So we originally had the product when I was living in the U.S. We had original iteration, which was for about a year and a half, starting in 2015. We took a year off in 2017 to do our due diligence, reformulate to an all natural formula, and find the right partners to manufacture our product. It was only until July last year that we relaunched. Um, Advice I would give to people starting up is believe in yourself, believe in what you're doing, and don't stop. The moment you quit is the moment you fail.
Mm.
Just because you had an amazing, strategy and campaign, just because you believe that it was going to be perfect doesn't mean the audience or the target demographics are actually going to stick to that. So in the end, it's all about adaptation. The longer you're in the game, the more you could see what works and what doesn't work. And in the end, it's all about adapting. And I swear there was this video that I saw about a lobster and pressure. You only grow when you're under pressure.
Mm.
And basically you have to be stressed out at times. You have to be, going through doing things that you don't want to do. And the more pressure you go through, the more you grow as a person as well as a business. So take your losses for what it is, and continue to grow and learn from it. You're only a fool if you repeat the same mistake twice. One more thing too is that I actually used to take it personal is whenever you see a partner or someone that could be an influencer, any type of partnership for your brand, even though you know that'll be perfect for them, they might not see that. Don't take that person. In the end, you have to create value for yourself or your brand for them to want to work with you. The first few years, I'm like, those guys, they don't know what they're missing. That as a business, they didn't see the value yet. You as an individual have to see, what do I have to do in order to increase the value so they would want to work with me? And I guess it's just humble pie, I guess you could call that, or whatnot. But that was one thing that I
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, because I know it's tough to separate it out from yourself and tenacity, even like I love what you share that you started in 2015, but then you realized you didn't have the formula that you wanted. So you took a step back. You didn't give up. You pivoted. So the willingness and the ability to adapt, spot on, completely agree with you. That is so, so important. And you're an example of that. So it's not just like a nice to do. It's like you're living that as well, which is amazing. And then just one final question for you. What does Transfuse pair perfectly with?
So many things. Um, Legally, I can't say this, but people who tend to go out at night and enjoy themselves, partying with their friends or whatnot, this is a great mixture to combine with stuff at the bar. Um, there's no research studies backing it, so I can't really claim it. But some people have told me that they like to mix it up with as a healthy alternative for a mixer um, for their drinks. I tried it myself. I loved it. Other than that, blending it up with the smoothie. For example, at an EDM music festival, we mixed one of our packets with ice in a blender, and we started giving out slushies to people, and they loved it because they're out in the sun, they're dancing, they're partying, and they're dehydrated. So having an icy, freezy type of all-natural recovery product was perfect for them. On top of that, if you're at home and half a packet of Tropical Bliss with a hot cup of water is perfect for like immune booster and a nice cidery type of taste. The possibilities are endless. It's just based off the consumer, how they like to take the product.
Cool. I love it. So versatile in terms of how you can consume it and its overall benefits for everyone. And whatever if you're looking for an immune boost, a hydration, just a great tasting beverage, some energy, it kind of has it all.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Stephen, thank you so much for being on the Food Founders podcast. Is there any final words that you have for everyone as we're signing off?
Just 1 second, Ainsley. My mouth is a little bit dry. It's been a long day. I've been coughing a little bit. If there's only something out there that I could just drink. Something. I don't know. There's something out there. Just follow us on social media, transfuse.official, and looking forward to showing you guys that other products are coming out in the near future. And thank you so much, Ainsley, for having me on, and looking forward to showing you what we have to offer in the next few months.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Stephen. And thanks everyone for tuning into the Food Founders podcast. The Food Founders podcast is brought to you by the Fab Growth Academy, the online hub for driven food and beverage business owners that want to get on more shelves, get into more homes, and really grow their food business. Inside the Fab Growth Academy, Fab standing for food and beverage, you'll have unlimited access to tools, resources, and training from myself and my food friends. So if you know you have a great product, let's work on building the business side of things so that more people can enjoy it and you can make the impact I know you want to make with your business. The Fab Growth Academy is now open. So hop on over to growmyfoodbrand.com to join me and your fellow food founders inside the Fab Growth Academy. I cannot wait to see you in there and help you grow your business.